Sweetie. Yeah, we get the vibing, don't we? We got some topics to discuss. We get it poppin', homie. Just elected like the new mayor, putting on the classic like he Ric Flair. This is Josh Martinez and Z100, home of your favorite music where the beats are bumping. Pick your favorite company, the wait is over. It's a superstar crossover. If I can sip out.
Hey, yo, what up? I'm Josh Martinez of Z100, New York's #1 hit music station, and the Superstar Crossover podcast on iHeartRadio with my guest, Hook, the cold-hearted handsome devil. That's a dope-ass nickname, by the way. I like it. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Chilling. There's a lot of excitement going on around you and everything happening around with Action Bronson that started at AEW's All Out not too long ago. He came to your aid at AEW's All Out a couple weeks ago. You guys popped up together on TV again to kind of issue a little bit of a challenge of sorts. Still hasn't been answered, but we think we know where it's going. But how did the relationship between you and Action Bronson even kind of come together outside of his music?
Yeah, so me and Action we've been friends since. We've been acquainted since I was in like middle school. We've been acquainted for a long time, and then once I was trained to become a wrestler, we hopped in the ring. We rolled around a bit together, and this was before I had debuted.
Yeah,
and he gave me clearance to use any of his music, which as a lifelong fan of his was incredible. And so I put a lot of thought into that. I went with the chairman's intent, and yeah, then just a couple of weeks ago at All Out, after my match, I was jumped by Daddy Magic after winning against Cool Hand Ange, defending my FTW title. And yeah, they jumped me, and Action came in, and he was an equalizer, and he had my back. And I think we're looking to even things out with them.
So what made you go with the chairman's intent? Obviously, Action Bronson's got a full catalog of music. Is that something you had your eye on from the jump because you always liked that song, or was it a lyrical thing for you?
I definitely always liked that song, but there's a lot of things to consider when selecting a theme song. So I put a lot of thought into that. I'm a big fan of all of Action's music, so it was overwhelming at first, almost trying to figure out which one to go with, But all things considered, I just knew that was the one.
What type of music do you listen to aside from Action Bronson? What other artists are you huge fans of?
I don't know. I have a pretty diversified music library. I listen to a lot of different types of music. I listen to a lot of rap, hip hop, but I listen to a lot of old rock music. I listen to some oldies. I listen to some 80s music. Some I don't know. I got a lot of different styles that I like.
I was in the building when you made your debut at UBS Arena on Long Island. So you got the hometown welcome. The first thing I noticed after the pop was the high Air Force One boots. How did that come about? Because I immediately noticed it and I was like, that's some dope shit. That to me is some shit that like I would do. And my boys that grew up, within the city, like those little tiny subtle things to be like, hey, yo, this is the New York City flavor. This is the flavor of where I'm from, incorporated into this gear. What made you want to go with like all white Air Forces?
Well, yeah, that's really what it is. I just wanted to represent who I am and myself, and I designed the pattern for, I matched up a Air Force One with a wrestling boot. I drew up the pattern, and yeah, it's just something. It's just the vision I have. It's what I see myself wearing when I wrestle.
So during the debut, I think the one thing that everyone kind of noticed was how composed you were in the pocket, and the pocket being the whole fucking match. Is that just who you are as a person? Is that something like when you put the game face on that boom, I'm just fully concentrated? What's that dynamic like to stay that composed during a debut?
I don't know, man. I mean, kind of just lock in, just tunnel vision. Really, that's the best way I could put it.
Now you're a high level Division I lacrosse player. Your dad has mentioned that you played sports all your life as well at a pretty high level. What would you say is the biggest similarity between team sports that you played all your life, including lacrosse, and training for pro wrestling?
The work ethic that you need to apply to your craft is a direct correlation, I would say. Lacrosse, obviously a team sport, wrestling, rather individual. So there's difference there, but the work ethic really just is a direct correlation. That's the best way I could put it.
So I mentioned your dad, living legend in the wrestling game. Do you feel any pressure growing up as quote unquote like Taz's son?
I mean, yeah, sure. Of course, there's big shoes to fill. Being a second generation wrestler, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. But I enjoy the pressure, honestly. I like pressure.
So 20,000 people inside Arthur Ashe Stadium next Wednesday, AEW Dynamite. That's going to be the biggest crowd that you will ever perform in front of. What music do you listen to before going out in front of a crowd of that magnitude?
It depends on the week, honestly. It's not the same song every week. It depends on the week.
Because to me, I figure like if you're going to decompress to get the game face, maybe it's a little slower music, a little something more subtle. Unless you want to go out there aggressive, then maybe you go with the higher rock or the harder rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I guess it's different for everybody, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, yeah, it's different every week for me. It's kind of like, you're right. Sometimes you want slower music, lock in, slow down, zone in. But sometimes you want to get up. Sometimes you want to get ready to jump through a wall.
when was there a particular time in your childhood where you realized, oh shit, daddy's a big deal? Like, is there like one particular thing you could point to?
I don't know. It's weird. It's all I know. So like, that's always been a weird thing for me to kind of like comprehend.
Listen, I can't imagine what it's like. My dad was just a deadbeat, right? So like typical New York City type of story. So I can't relate, bro. So on your free time, what do you find yourself doing when you're back home and you're chilling on a weekend, Friday through Monday type shit? What's like a typical weekend in the life of Hook?
Man, I mean, when I'm here in New York, I'm chilling. I got a lot of friends who are artists. I go to their studios a lot, hang out, work on like different creative projects. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on right now. So there's a lot of stuff to come.
We got to put you on the spot. We don't know that much about you, but we know that you're, born and raised within New York. So I'm going to just ask you a couple quick little New York-based questions to see where your head is at. You know what I'm saying? So first off, Knicks or Nets?
Knicks.
My man.
Yeah.
Yankees or Mets?
I grew up a Mets fan, but I don't hate the Yankees. I'm not a diehard baseball guy by any means. I grew up a Mets fan, but I might have been to more Yankee games at this point with friends.
Well, because you want to see a winning team. I get you. It's cool. Giants or Jets?
Jets.
Now, are the Jets your favorite team, or do you have another team? Because growing up, they weren't exactly the best team.
Nah, yeah, you know how it is. I mean, being a Jets fan, it's kind of, you're just happy to see a win. You're really just happy to see a win. But I'm true to them.
Well, we gotta try to set something up where we get you to either like throw out the first pitch at a Mets game, or be a special guest on the field at a Jets game, but do it as Hook, not because your dad is the one throwing out your first pitch, and not because your dad is the special guest. We got to set Hook up to be the star, baby.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Appreciate you, bro. One more time, Hook. Thank you for joining us. AEW Dynamite Wednesday nights on TBS, including AEW Dynamite Grand Slam and Arthur Ashe Stadium. Chances are you're going to perform there. Chances are you're going to have 20,000 people going crazy for you. And one thing I will say, you popped up on the TV one time, and I had two girls dead ass stop and stare. So keep doing you, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.